Hey guys, Big Red 310s here again with the review that you've all been waiting for. I'm so sorry I was late. I understand it's one of the most important topics of the year. I'm sorry. Here it goes. So the night was April 1st, 2011. Nice Friday night. I rolled out with a nice suit. I do say so myself. Nice Friday night suit, very nice shoes, very nice belt. Black suit, black pinstripe pants, blue shirt, nice red and black tie. Made it work, I jazzed it up. Drove down at night, drove to my date's house, got there, saw the mother, saw a bunch of other girls. Need to take a bunch of pictures. Why? I don't know. That's how they do it. We took like 10, 15 pictures, and pictures, and pictures, and pictures. We got in my car, cruised down the lane, went to my friend's house, where he and a few other friends and a few of their dates also took more pictures, and pictures, and pictures. We went to the hotel, got lost along the way, eventually got there, got in the hotel, cruised in this nice room. Food was horrendous. And then the DJ rolled up and the dance started. It was nice all night. We actually had a good DJ as opposed to the previous horrible DJs that we've had in the past. We were rocking that dance floor all night. Nice up and down, up and down, up and down. Great prom overall. We had a great time cruising up that dance floor up and down. Then I took her to a friend's house. We got there. We chilled. We saw a movie. We ate some food. We drank some cider. Not much to it. Kind of boring. Took her home, gave her a kiss goodnight. Boom, got out of there. That is my 2011 prom review. That's right. I know you were all waiting for it. There you go. Sorry, I didn't have as dazzling of a finish. Not the finish you all wanted. I was tired. She was tired. I had to be somewhere immediately. She had to be somewhere immediately. Fuck it. Maybe in the future, but on that night, no. So there's my 2011 prom review. And I guess that's all you came here for. I'm Big Red 310, and I'm out, guys. Oh, shit. WrestleMania. I thought I could get away with that. Nope, I couldn't. I wish I could just talk about my prom, because that was better than this show. I wish I could just talk about the Ring of Honor shows, because those were both way better than this show. But I need to talk about WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is a tradition. I review WrestleMania every year. And I review all mainstream pay-per-views, but still, WrestleMania is special. I love WrestleMania. Great show. Usually. Not tonight. Tonight's the exception, unfortunately. Tonight was not that good. In fact, I would say this is the worst WrestleMania that I have seen since ever I've been alive. Live. Now, if you go back to the WrestleManias I've seen on tape, it'd probably be the worst one since 1999. But of the ones I've seen live as a fan, this is the worst one I've ever seen. That's kind of sad, too, because I was looking forward to the show. I thought they could pull out some good things, but they just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Number one, Daniel Bryan Sheamus was not on the show. They could have put it on the show. I know they used up the full time, but they did a lot of shit on here that they didn't need to do. That Mae Young segment went too long. That Pee Wee Herman segment, which was fucking pointless. Just a lot of crap that I felt wasn't necessary. And I felt could have been replaced, to be honest. We could have, I mean, think about it. This show had 8 matches. Of those 8 matches, 3 of them were under 3 minutes. I mean, 2 of them were under 3. 2 of them were under 3 minutes. And yet, somehow the show goes to full length. Again, a lot of bullshit that didn't need to be there. And I'm sorry, it hurt the show. And there just wasn't much. There wasn't much good wrestling on the show. There's 2 NAs. There's one match that's only 2 stars because it was like 3 minutes long. Yeah, there's like 5 actual matches. Of those 5, one was extremely disappointing and a very bad WrestleMania main event. Another one was very methodical. I thought it was all right. A lot of people really hated it, and it could have been a lot better. And then we got 2 pretty good matches, and then an awesome match. That right there doesn't exactly say super card, if you ask me, if I do say so myself. Let's get into this show. We start off with Alberto Del Rio versus Edge. I said this on my Twitter. This really hurts the Royal Rumble. Why the fuck is this opening the show? It's the Royal Rumble says winner goes to the main event of WrestleMania. Now, granted, they're never really in the last match on the show, but usually they're in a high-profile match. And it's the fucking opener? I get that it still was a high-profile match going in, but the opener? Come on! That really devalues the title. That devalues Del Rio. That devalues everybody involved. This did nobody any favors. And like I said, it wouldn't be surprised if the Rumble buys next year are even more down. And Del Rio didn't win, which I also thought was bullshit because you've been building this guy up for months and months. He's your only legit created star that you have not fucked up because you fucked up Sheamus and you fucked up Wade Barrett. He's the only guy you did not fuck up. This was the perfect time to crown him as the champion and then boom, success. But no, you just couldn't do it. And Edge fucking won the match. And I have nothing against Edge, but no, that should not have been the finish. And it was a good match. Del Rio worked over Edge very nicely. Edge had a nice offense. Brodus Clay got involved. Christian got involved. And the finish was good. So, yeah, it was a good match. I give it 3 stars. But like I said, the wrong guy went over. It was also the second best match in the whole show. Yeah, the wrong guy went over. And I didn't really like the aftermath of Edge and Christian destroying Del Rio's car. That shit happens on Raw or SmackDown. That shit does not happen on pay-per-view. That shit does not happen on WrestleMania. That shit does not happen in the WrestleMania World Title match. I really hated... I didn't hate it. I just didn't like that they destroyed the car. I really hated that Del Rio didn't go over. I thought that was bullshit. So yeah, 3 stars. Still a good match, though. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes. This was a good match, I felt. Good offense, good selling. They told a good story. It was a little... Rey botched a little bit, but not much. Yeah, 3 stars. Not much to say here. Move on. The Corre versus... Big Show, Kane, Santino, and Kofi. This only went like 90 seconds, so whatever. NA. Big Show's team got the win. Kofi Kingston got placed in the match last second, and he got like the easiest payday in the world. Sucks to be Vladimir Kozlov, who got taken out of this match, and who got taken out of the easiest payday in the world. But yeah, I really didn't want this match to go long. I thought this match would be horrendous, so whatever. It's just an NA. Enjoyable, even. Then we got Randy Orton versus CM Punk. This was fine. I thought it was too short for one, and I also thought it was kind of flat. It could have gone a little longer. I don't know. I just didn't feel like it worked out though. The way they mapped out the match. I mean, Orton didn't even really make a comeback. He like hit a move, then he couldn't do the punt, and then he RKO'd Punk twice. I thought he should have punted Punk. I know that the punt puts a wrestler out for a few months, but you could have sold it for a few weeks. But also, I feel like you've been building this whole feud around the punt. He punted out the members of Nexus. He punted CM Punk out of the world title match in 2008. The whole story was that he couldn't punt Punk with the hurt leg. I felt that had to end the match. That was how you finished telling the story, but they didn't. They kind of just ended it on an RKO, which is fine, but that wasn't the story you were telling. So, yeah, I get that the punt is supposed to put people out of action. You could have sold it. You could have had Punk miss 2 shows, I felt. I just really felt that it didn't make any sense to me. I felt that it was improper storytelling. 2 3/4 stars. It was whatever. Then we got the McCool versus Jerry Lawler. This is what you would expect. But like Vince versus Brett last year, it was just too long. Like, this should have been a lot quicker, a lot faster. Why does Cole have to have an off, get the heat period? It's Michael Cole. His offense is pretty shitty. The fans actually chanted, "You can't wrestle," and boring. I thought it was kind of funny that you're chanting, "You can't wrestle" to an announcer, but like, what do you expect? When you put a wrestling match like that in front of them, they're going to react, even if it's between 2 announcers. They shouldn't have to sit through that. It just went on too long, in my opinion. Stone Cold got the center to Swagger, and then Lawler got the win. And then Booker came in and got a random stunner out of nowhere. And then the GM reverse decision. I get that you wanted JR and the King to commentate, but that was such a fucking bullshit decision. How did Stone Cold even interfere in the decision? He stunnered Jack Swagger, who was not a part of the match, and he took a few seconds longer to call for the bell for Michael Cole, but that's not interfering in the match. Like I don't even care about that they did that finish, but the finish just made no sense to me because he didn't really interfere in the match. And the GM sure as hell waited a long time to announce it. Let Austin celebrate with the beer, stunner Booker T, and then it was just really goofy to me. I'm not going to give it a star rating. I'm going to give it another NA, but this wasn't a good NA. It's not like in those Chikara and Ring of Honor shows where I write NA and then in parentheses I write great segment, awesome segment, good second segment. No, this just gets a flat out NA because I did not enjoy it that much, and it's a shame because this was the best built match coming into Mania. No good, no bias. NA. Then we got, I believe, Taker Triple H. This match was amazing. Absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie. I was skeptical about this match because a lot of people are saying this match is going to be great. And I kept thinking to myself, Triple H never delivers at WrestleMania. Look at last year. Look at 2009 against Randy Orton. Look at that triple threat where he didn't really do much. Look at 2007, which he wasn't there. 2006, the match with Cena was good, I will admit. Then you go to 05 with Batista. Then you go to 04, the triple threat, which was good. 03 with Booker T, which I did not like that match, really. Then you go with Jericho, which was not a good match. So yeah, Triple H does not have a good track record of WrestleManias, especially when it counts. Like his match with Jericho, like his match with Orton, like his match with Batista. Especially when it counts, he doesn't do well. That's why I was kind of skeptical about this match. I was like, I just really even with Taker, I mean, and Taker's banged up, and Triple H is banged up. Even with no holds barred, I'm just a little skeptical. These guys proved me wrong. These guys told an amazing story, an absolutely amazing story. And I legitimately felt that Triple H might win, especially when he hit that tombstone. I was like, no, no, no. Also, when he was hitting him with the chairs a bunch of times and with the pedigree, because it was like Austin and The Rock at WrestleMania 17, where Austin just kept destroying The Rock with a bunch of chairs, basically saying, get the fuck down, until he finally beat him. I thought for sure at one point that Triple H was going to win that match. So they brought that emotion out of me. They brought that drama. They told an amazing story. And it was actually a good match beside that. They had a lot of nice near falls with the finishers. There was never really a boring point in the match for me because the match was nonstop action. I mean, you started the match with a fucking backdrop off the announce table, the spearing him into the coal mine, the spine buster through the announce table, which was cool as shit. The dive from Taker, just an amazing, amazing match. 4.5 stars. I want to give it 4 3/4. I don't know if I can quite go that high, but it's definitely my match of the year by far. Amazing match. Saved this WrestleMania, because without this match, this WrestleMania would not have been good at all. This was bleh. So yeah, this was an amazing, amazing, amazing match. One of those matches that you buy the pay-per-view just to see that match. That's how good it is. Definitely go check it out. Then we got Snooki and Morrison and Trish versus LayCool and Ziggler. This was another nothing match. It was 3 minutes long. Snooki got the tag in, hit 2 spots, and got the win. It was what you'd expect. Kind of sad that Morrison was in this role, but whatever. So yeah, it wasn't really a good match. I'd give it just 2 stars. I would give it an NA, but I've already given 2 NAs on the show, and I'm sure as fucking hell not giving 3. So just a 2-star match in my opinion. It was fine for what it was. Then we got the main event. John Cena versus The Miz. This was a flat main event. And not just due to the fact that it was booked horrendously and was fucking short, but it just didn't work. Miz was kind of working over Cena, then Cena hit the FU. Miz hit the Skull Crusher finale, and then they just kind of got on the outside and got counted out. And I was like, what? Like, I was making sure I heard that correctly. I was like, what? Counted out? It's like 8 minutes long. Fuck. And then The Rock comes out, he orders the match, restarts, and then The Miz pins Cena within seconds after The Rock had seen The Rock bottom. What? I get that you want to build to The Rock Cena, but A, it has to happen at next year's Mania. You cannot throw away your main event of WrestleMania to build up SummerSlam. B, if this was how you were going to book this fucking match, why the hell did Taker Triple H not go on last? Because I will admit, it should have gone on last. It's not like Triple H Orton where world title match set to go last, and you know what, at least the face won. That's different. Fucking in this, when you book a match like that fucking confusion of a mess, that is what you put on last. A confusion mess where the heel goes over. And I always believe that just because the heel wins the title match doesn't mean it can't go on last. But this was just such a mess. This should not have gone last. Just a total disaster. Definitely Taker Triple H should have gone last year because it just would have made more sense. I really just felt this match was bullshit in my opinion. I didn't like it that much. I'd give it 2.5 stars just because we're finally going to get Rock Cena. It's pretty much confirmed. But like I said, it has to happen at next year's Mania. You can't do it at SummerSlam. I get that's Hollywood. I get that makes sense. But like I said, you can't throw away your main event of WrestleMania for your main event of SummerSlam. You could do it the other way around, but not like this. No. So definitely I feel that this match needs to happen at next year's Mania, which I would be attending. But yeah, just a flat main event. I'm glad Miz won, but again, it made him look like a bitch. It made him look like, you know, it's not like he fought a long match with John Cena. He fought a Raw TV match with John Cena, which John Cena would have won if it wasn't for The Rock. And Cena won again off of interference. His only clean wins are John Morrison, Daniel Bryan, and Jerry Lawler. That's not main event. I'm telling you, he's so weird of a champion where he could be in the main event of WrestleMania. Yeah, once he loses the title, he can go straight back to the mid-card. They have not established him at all yet, and it's driving me insane. And it was the fucking main event of WrestleMania. It's easy. Have a 20-minute match with Cena. Have him win. Have The Rock and Cena have a confrontation afterwards. That's how I thought it was going to go. But This was bullshit. I didn't like this. 2.5 stars, which was absolutely horrendous for WrestleMania main event. Absolutely, I thought it was horrible for a Survivor Series main event back in November. No, for a WrestleMania main event, it's beyond horrible. I gave Triple H Orton like the same rating. I gave it 3.5 originally. Then back in October when I rewatched that whole show, I gave it 2.5. I don't think I reposted it on YouTube, but who cares? That's my old account. So yeah, just a shitty main event and just not a good WrestleMania. Maybe a good show because of Taker Michaels, because of the 2 3-star matches, but definitely not a good WrestleMania. For this one, I would go 6.75 through 7 and nothing higher, and that's very unfortunate. But I can't justify giving the show an 8 or higher. I really can't. And even a 7.5 is a little high. So from a 6.75 through a 7, I would go because this was not a good Mania. This will be one of those Manias that people forget. WrestleMania 25 was similar in that we had an amazing match, but the difference is that match was better than this one by a lot. And we also had because I really didn't like that Money in the Bank match that much. I thought that Money in the Bank match was very clunky. I just didn't enjoy that Money in the Bank match from 25. And I also felt that for let me think. For the Matt Hardy Jeff Hardy match, that was also good, but again clunky. So yeah, like I said, just a lot of flaws with Mania this year. But I think when it comes down to it, I think I might go. I don't know. I don't think I liked it enough to go 7. Maybe a 7. We'll see. Maybe a 7. Maybe a 7.25. Maybe, but that's really pushing me because I was not enjoying myself throughout this one. So yeah, it left me with a bad mood in my mouth. I was like, that's what I got for WrestleMania. That was my show. It's never good. I was not happy with this year's WrestleMania. I thought WWE could have done a lot better. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't say that I enjoyed this because I really, really, really didn't. So there you go. So there you go. That was WrestleMania, and it was pretty blah, so to speak. All right. Now we got Ring of Honor, a show that actually fucking delivered. Ring of Honor, Honor Takes Center Stage, nights 1 and 2. These shows were amazing. I think the second show is actually underrated. And I thought they were just both so much fun to watch. I love that Ring of Honor put on these shows. These shows were worth my money. And I will happily talk about Ring of Honor in this video. Alright, so first for night 1, we had El Generico versus Michael Elgin. A pretty good match. I really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. El Generico hit some really good stuff that he hasn't hit in a while. And Michael Elgin looked really good in the match. They actually gave him a credible win here, unlike you, WWE, Miz. So yeah, just an overall enjoyable performance by Michael Elgin and El Generico. It was a fun match. I actually liked them more than their 9th anniversary show match. Definitely good stuff there. Then we got the 4-corner survival. Homicide had a good weekend, in my opinion. He had 2 good matches. He looked really good. He went back to his old theme. And he got a great crowd reactions. He really improved. I don't know. I saw a different side of him. I felt like I can kind of see it in his eyes that he actually cared this time. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's the wrong time on my clock. No wonder. I was like, it's 2 in the morning? That can't be right. So, yeah, just some really, really good stuff from Homicide tonight. I really enjoyed his performances, and I'm glad that he came to play on WrestleMania weekend. All right. Then we got Sarah Duran, Serena Deeb versus Hiroya Matsumoto and Ayumi Kurihara. I think both of these matches were overrated. I thought they were both fine, but I didn't think they were like that amazing. Like, oh my god, women's wrestling reinvigorated. I thought they were fine. I mean, I didn't really think they were that special. I mean, I thought this one in particular, I thought it was really short, and I don't think it was that impactful as people say it was. I gave it 2 3/4. The Briscoes versus Cole and O'Reilly, really, really good stuff. I've been a fan of Kyle O'Reilly since mid-2009. So, yeah, all you guys on Twitter who I saw were saying, oh, Kyle O'Reilly's so awesome. You're all late. You're all 2 years late, bitches. So, yeah, and Adam Cole I absolutely love. One of my favorite wrestlers on the indie scene. One of the only indie wrestler I've ever met. He's a nice guy, too. He's from Florida. Represent. So, I love his style. And the Briscoes are the Briscoes. They worked really well together and had a really, really good match. Davey Richards and Roderick Strong, the emotion for this match was incredible. The ankle lock sequences in the end were some of the best I've seen from Ring of Honor in a long time. This match was amazing. I don't think it was quite as good as their Final Battle match. From a wrestling standpoint, maybe it was. From an actual match standpoint, but because the Final Battle match, the title was on the line, I felt there was just a little bit more emotion because for me personally, like maybe because I was there but I legitimately like really was into it more because of the possibility of Davey winning the title. Not so much here. So maybe if I'd seen it live, maybe, but I don't know. I still thought that final battle match was better. But this was amazing. Definitely really enjoyed this match. I thought it was incredible. 4.5 stars. Definitely this. I think it's my number 2 or my number 3 match of the year behind Triple H, Taker, and Eddie Kingston, Claudio. So yeah, great stuff. Then we got the Kings of Wrestling versus Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. In my opinion, this is their best match, again, because of the emotion. The whole reason why I didn't want to be spoiled was because I wanted to see this match live and get my own reaction from it. But I decided, if I'm going to watch the second show, they're going to spoil it a bunch of times, so I might as well just spoil myself. So I spoiled myself by reading the results. And then I was like, okay, when this match happens, I'm not going to get that same reaction, but I did. When the Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team won the titles and they had that celebration, I had goosebumps all over my body. I was so happy. I was so into it. So yeah, definitely to give me that emotion after 2 days after the show and already reading the results, that's a big deal. And these guys had a great match to follow. The match itself maybe wasn't as good as their first match or their second match, to be honest. But the emotion just as a whole puts the match over their first 2, in my personal opinion. I just thought this match was awesome. I really loved it. I got really into it by the end. 4.25. Then we got Eddie Edwards versus Christopher Daniels. Their second best match. I actually liked their 9th anniversary show match a little more than this. But I thought this match was awesome as well. Great heat by Daniels in the beginning. Daniels worked like a real heel. The table spot was amazing. Eddie Edwards made an amazing comeback. And they had a nice exchanges at the end. It was an Eddie Edwards Christopher Daniels match. They've had 2 great matches this year. Well, one technically was last year, but still. 2 great matches here. This is their third, another awesome match, and it really capped off an awesome show. This was the 3rd best match in the show. That should tell you how awesome the show was. Definitely, I would give it a 9 out of 10. 3 awesome matches, another really good one, and 2 other, the worst match in the show is 2 3/4 stars. Everything else is good or better. So yeah, definitely a 9 out of 10. The only reason why it doesn't go higher is because I didn't think, Final Battle had 2 5-star matches and a really good match and some other good matches, but it had a lot more crap. This show's a lot more filtered, top to bottom. But like I said, this has great stuff on it. So yeah, definitely a 9 out of 10. I think people are underrating the show a little bit. I really thought it was something special. Then we got Honor Takes Center Stage, Chapter 2. I thought this show was also really good. And I think this show's a little underrated as well. I thought the show was awesome. I thought the show was one of the best. I thought this show was the best show of 2011 besides Honor Takes Center Stage Chapter 1 and Creatures from the Tar Swamp. I liked it more than Dragon Gate United Philly. I liked it more than Elimination Chamber. To me, this is the 3rd best show of 2011. I thought it was awesome. The Kings of Wrestling versus Colin O'Reilly. Actually not as good as I thought it would be, maybe probably because of the lack of time. But for 12 minutes, they put on one hell of a match. The crowd really loved it. Colin O'Reilly always deliver, so good stuff there. Colt Cabana, Dave Taylor. Didn't like this match. It was too short, and there wasn't enough substance in the match for me. I know they told a good story. I know Dave Taylor did a good job exchanging holds, but I needed a little more. That's just me. Homicide, Tommaso Ciampa, good match. Another good Homicide match. Ciampa looked really good, and Ring of Honor made him look really good here. Take notes, WWE. So yeah, definitely elevated Ciampa a little bit, which is necessary. Christopher Daniels, Michael Elgin, another good match. I really enjoyed this. Daniels did some good stuff. Elgin did some good stuff. I like the finish a lot. Especially, I like the finish because I told myself it's going to set up a Daniels heel turn in the future. That sounds great. Little did I know that the heel turn was tonight, but it made sense. The finish was even better by the events that happened later in the night. So definitely 3.25 for that one. I enjoyed it that much. Then we got intermission. Then we got the other women's match. This one was better than the other one in my opinion, but still not that hot. Like I said, 3 stars. I've seen some people give this 3 3/4. I think that's fucking insane, but good match. Then we got the Briscoes versus the All Night Express. The match of the night for me. Awesome match. Just great heat. The crowd was going ballistic at one point when Rhett Titus and Jay Briscoe had a face-off, and they just went insane. Oh my god, so much emotion in this match as well. So much blood. Great action. 4 stars. I believe this is Rhett Titus' first 4-star match. Well deserved. This is the match of the night for me. 4th best match the whole weekend, which tells you how amazing the weekend was. 5th best match of the weekend if you include WrestleMania. Probably 7th if you include the Dragon Gate stuff. But yeah, still awesome. I don't want to put down this match because this match was great. I just felt the need a little more time. But it was still great stuff. 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. El Generico, Roderick Strong. I think all their matches are overrated. This one actually thought was the worst. of all their matches, but it was still really good. I still give it a 3.5. It was still a lot of fun. But the aftermath of this match was amazing. The House of Truth beat down El Generico. Cabana made the save, but they beat him down too. And then Christopher Daniels teased making the save and then turned on Generico and Cabana and beat them up and shook hands and joined the House of Truth, which makes sense with the heel turn over the past 2 days. Well, with the heel, how he played heel in the match against Eddie Edwards, he's been reading the House of Truth book for like 3 months, so that makes sense. So yeah, everything about this just made perfect sense. And like I said, they built to it with his ending to his Michael Elgin match, who's a part of the House of Truth, so you didn't expect that it would happen tonight. Great stuff. I really love that Daniels heel turn. It makes a lot of sense to me, and it really actually brought up the show. Because seeing that heel turn live, I was like, awesome, yeah. Then we got the main event, Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team versus the American Wolves. This match was also great, but I think this match is a little overrated. I originally gave it 3 3/4. I rewatched it because I just thought I'd just give it another chance. And it was great, but still too long and too much stalling for me. To me, the match didn't really get any good until like the last 6 minutes. The beginning was really rough to sit through, and it was the first time, and it was today. So, like I said, I think this match is really overrated. I've seen some people give this 4.5. I saw one guy give it 4 3/4. What? I didn't even think this was the match of the night. I thought the All Night Express match had much more emotion. Actually, no, that's not an opinion. That's fact. The All Night Express match had much more emotion. That is fact. You can tell that by decibel level from the crowd reactions and by the emotional investment in the Rhett Titus and everything he did. This was still a great match, but I just think Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team matches are a little overrated. That's just me. I think people like wow at them, thinking, "Oh my God, they're gonna be an incredible match." And both for this match and for the Briscoes match and for the first Kings of Wrestling match, I kept telling people, it will probably be great, but nothing more. Like, it won't be this amazing starstruck match. It'll be great, but not even one of the better Ring of Honor matches of the year. That's what I felt about their first match. The match against the Briscoes, I didn't even think was great. And this match, again, great, but won't be that memorable and won't even be one of the better tag matches of the year. That's just the way I feel. I feel the World's Greatest Tag Team are a great, awesome tag team, and I'm glad they're Ring of Honor. They work better, though, with a team like the Bravado Brothers and a team like Cole and O'Reilly that don't wrestle such a move-heavy, kick-out style like the Wolves and the Kings do, and even the Briscoes a little bit. So I just feel that's just my opinion. But they still had a great match here. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, just a little too long for me. I saw it twice, and both times I had a hard time sitting through it. So, but yeah, still great. Don't get me wrong. And the show I give it 8.5. 2 great matches and just a lot of good matches. And like I said, the Daniels heel turn really, I think I added an extra 0.25 points just for that Daniels heel turn because it's a big deal to me and it really made a lot of sense. So yeah, an 8.5, a 9, 2 awesome shows from Ring of Honor, both way better than WrestleMania. If you ordered WrestleMania and you didn't order these 2 shows, there's something wrong with you. So yeah, 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, a 7 out of 10 probably for WrestleMania, and an awesome out of 10 for my prom because I know you all wanted my prom review. All right, I'm Big Guy at 310. Hope you guys had a good time. I'm out. See you post WrestleMania for tomorrow. Goodbye.